All right, this is your new Musser M55, and it's actually refurbished and modified and customized and improved upon. So I'm going to go ahead and set it up, and I'm just going to set it up, and then I'll do some detailed instructions after this that will go with it. So first of all, when you do it, the legs are held up by Velcro. Velcro doesn't make any noise, okay? It doesn't make any noise and rattle like those ping pong table legs used to do that Musser uses. They're ping pong table braces. That's actually where they come from. They're I think from Stanley. So you just undo these Velcro legs, okay? The Velcro strapping, and then you make sure that the braces are. Not the braces, but the casters. Make sure the casters are in their locked position. That way, this strapping here holds the legs from going this way, and the casters will keep it from collapsing. The locked casters. So you just lift it up like that. Now you're ready to put on your pedal rail. The pedal rail goes on just like it always did. Slide that on there. Slide that on there. Bring your legs together. They're on. And we will put this on there. This there. Now that's on. Now, what we're going to notice how much it rocks. See that? That's a lot of rocking. And that's on the typical Musser M55 of this era. And so now I'm going to put the Mbraces on. These are pretty nifty. And I love the way they fit on here. I'm going to undo this a little bit, this a little bit, and then I have slots in them to make them easy to go on. And there's felt on the bottom side, so you don't have to put a washer on them, which is nice. And this has felt. They have felt on the bottoms of this, so they don't scratch up this part. There we go. And now let's see how much there is no wobble. I call this, I didn't make up the word, but maybe I did make it up. It's parallelogramming. A parallelogram is this, and the vibraphone's parallelogram like this. Now it doesn't. Now the next part of this, well, that's pretty much it. The pedal, we set the pedal up with a cord now, instead of that noisy and obnoxious pedal rod. This cord is what I use, is similar to what you use in rescue work. That's how I learned about this kind of stuff. And this is, I believe, rated at 2,000 pounds. It's never ever going to break. It's not going to stretch. The amount of pressure that is used to push against that spring is almost nothing by comparison. So this cord should last the life of the instrument. And so I like to come through, actually I like to go through this side, and then you go back up through the eyelet that you normally would attach your pedal rod to, and then you come back here again. Actually, you don't have to do it twice. I like to do mine twice because it just gives me a little bit. If you remember from science class, if you do it twice, the distance that your lever will travel is half as much when you pull the string, because you're using mechanical advantage on that. You don't have to do that, but if you decide that you want to do that, you can get another string and do it. I'm going to cut this to the right size, because I think in your situation, it's not actually going to be beneficial to you. So anyway, then you have this nifty little contraption here that really is a simple little device, and it's got a locking cam on one side, and it's got a neutral side on the other. You feed it through the neutral side, then it comes up, and now as you pull this up, it raises your pedal to the height that you want it. See there? But so I step on the pedal, I hold against this with one finger. Now it's locked. Now I want to raise my pedal to the height that I want. My finger is pushing down against this until I get the pedal height that I want from my damper, and there it is. This will not slip. It does not slip. And then I'm going to cut this about there so you have about that much string left over. And then I just put a little wrapping up here of Velcro, and then it just holds it there. The noise that you hear there is supposed to be there. It's from the flat knurled nut that is up underneath your damper. There is a flat knurled nut up here. You should use that by stepping on the pedal. Screw that flat knurled nut clockwise until it gets up to this to the bridge, and then you can let your foot off the pedal, and that will keep the damper pad from pushing up against your bars when you're not playing it. When you go to play the instrument, just press the pedal, loosen that screw all the way down until it jams up against the wing nut, and then it's ready to go. Then you're ready to play. So you'll notice that these are not your standard bar mounts. They are very nice. They are shock absorbing bar mounts. And the string is going to go into here and then push down here, and then the rubber part is going to push the string up to this part right there. So when you set it up, when you're first starting to set this up, you get your bars all lined up, and then I'm going to put the camera here on the holder, and then you put them into place here. There we go. And let's back that off a little bit. Now, what you're going to do is, got your wheels locked. You're going to go ahead and snap those back into place. You can see how I do that. It's pretty easy. And that's it. Once they're in place, check them all, make sure that the front and the back are in their position right, and then you're ready to put on your sharps and flats. Make sure that your string goes into that little hole. Okay? Into that little section there. All right, so you put the resonators in like you always did. It's a pretty tight fit, so you might have to work with it a little bit. Make sure it's as far back into this as you can get it, and then you come up here, go from the large side, and go in, and then that fits just fine, and it works really well. Then what we're going to do is, let's see, these guys here are what you use with your tool that I'll include, and we will turn that just ever so a little bit, just a little bit, and you can raise or lower your resonators with your hand. I'm raising and lowering it with my hand, with my other hand. Loosening this, I can raise that up till it's touching the bars, or I can bring it back, and then I will adjust this one so that it levels them out. And if your fan, I don't have fans in mind, but if what you want to do, and what I like to do, the best sound I like, is to have the resonators as close to the bars as possible without bumping the fans or without bumping the resonators. And so that'll be up to you. You'll have to get that into place. But once it's in place, you do not have to cram down on this. Just get it, tight. And it's snug. It's not going anyplace. And it's designed in a way that it won't slip or give way. And that's not thanks to me. That's thanks to the company that makes those profiles. But that's how you get that. And there we go. So we can move those over there. And that's how you do the resonators, the resonator height adjustment. And then you do the same thing on the other side, obviously. Make sure they're snug, but they don't have to be. You don't have to use muscle to snug them up. Okay. All right, just a little note about the bars. You can see these bars are in rough shape. I got these from a marching band, and I just used these for my workshop. So because I'm kind of rough on them anyway when I'm using it in my shop. So these are the bars I use, and this is what I'm going to record this with, and I'm going to record it on my little iPhone holder here. So it's just going to be an iPhone recording.